BNE's signature style in a few words?
Ooh,
challenge, I know.
Fireworks.
Ooh,
Right?
wow,
Yeah,
I like it. And yeah,
it's noisy, it's loud, it's bright, and it doesn't last that long.
But we all know what to expect.
Exactly. We've seen plenty of time. So here we go. We are getting things underway. Thank you for bearing with us. 1xBet odds are favoring FaZe, and understandably so. And a creepy crawl up the ramp together with 4. Mr. Flatro, he'll be the final component of all of this. We've got JRaz and Sapphire on the 1s and 2s, and follow towards the sandbag to call that clear. Now this is curious, right? We'll be piecing this together with the limited information we have of FaZe and how they want to approach the map. That is something that Bad News Eagles have to keep in the back of their mind as well.
It's been a great run for them so far, but given their map of choice, you can see Rain's got a stop nade lined up. There is 2 HEs in play, so Carrigan and Rain, 1 and done. Bomb denied.
You're going to assume they don't know the lineups. They've been doing their prep right there. So bomb on the deck, the replant coming through, flash forward in the fight over the top.
Info. Screaming call out, sandbags, Crane. And starting to close back in every frag. FaZe's way, twist sharp today, 3 from him on the USP. Brokey to finish the round, messy from Flatro. And 4 in total for the Canadian. FaZe, you know, that's a very confidence-inspiring first round on Vertigo. A stagnate to deny the default, twist hitting every shot he takes. BNE shaken.
I think one of the keys here, if you want to look at this from both perspectives, as we get the highlight again of these tasty taps from Twisty Boy, is the fact that if you're BNE, you don't know what to prep for, but maybe against FaZe you don't need to know what to prep for. Now, it's only going to start catching you off guard if they're exploiting your tendencies, or they're dealing with all of your little maneuvers across the map, or they're throwing things that you definitely weren't expecting out of the box. But just the details here, I like Vertigo, right? So it's a map that I really enjoy watching, and we can see the details of FaZe come in early. They've done the scaffolding yellow smoke, right, as opposed to the deep ramp smoke, and it's missed. I'm almost positive that's dropped down through the girder there and landed on the floor. So if they're going to have unforced errors like that cropping up.
I like the forward position here. BNE, 3 towards middle. Certainly a little off the beaten path of the second round, and it is a threatening one. Make no mistake, the bomb was down, we've got AKs in play, and oh, Carrigan caught out, charging into B. Presence and pressure now onto the back of the defensive twist. Sineri, oh, messy spray, 2 still somehow through the flames. It's still BNE that look to prevail. And Rain handed a very unappealing clutch, a 1 versus 3, yet to frag, and the second round he's got to clear through mid. Bomb yet to be planted. And yeah, perfect angle from Synopsy. BNE, an immediate recovery. They right the ship, and now the power's in their palm. FaZe, a couple of slip-ups there. I mean, what's the most alarming one? Just being caught out on that mid-commit?
Yeah, you saw that on the camera. Carrigan basically had a jump scare on the initial peek out, and then going for that fight again, he'd already given up the territory. They had 2 players towards the B site, so if he wanted to let them slip, he could have, right? And then they could have tried to defend and allow them to take a little bit more space, but giving up numbers. Carrigan's the type of in-game leader who's going to put his body on the line for the team, but this one, definitely not helping the team whatsoever. They are going to force in some Deagles, P250, 5-7, but light U2. It's going to be hard to stop them here. The aim stars of BNE are coming.
Oh, and yeah, Rain just swallows 2 grenades. He's very forward on this. I can't quite believe he's sticking around. I guess he doesn't want to go to the spray or the flame. And the Norwegian's out of there. Brokey not the same. Unfortunately, lethality found.
So much on the line here. You just have to question, is Vertigo wanting to take this risk? Apparently so.
Oh, that feels good.
Twist might want to try and hold on to this here. Already too many casualties for his squad, and I think the question will be, will they let him hold on to it? I'm sure Rops would like to pick something up here as well. This either shows the confidence of FaZe against a team like BNE, or the desperation of FaZe being 0-2 down.
I mean, the conversation's been had, it's been recycled, and it's been seen. It's almost a theory that's been proven as we continue to watch Counter-Strike, that the hardest thing about staying at the top, or being at the top, is staying there. Do excuse my phrasing, but you understand what I'm saying.
Exactly.
When the target's on your back, when everyone's got you as the one to beat, there is an additional, like an extra level to maintaining that spot.
I think one of the conversations for FaZe coming into this, right, was that they've clearly been shaken. We look at IEM Dallas, we look at Pro League. They didn't win those events, but they've won most of the other big events within the year, right? So you had Katowice, you had Cologne. Twist getting cheeky with it.
I've always wanted to see that frag. Still haven't seen it.
You have the big events, right? And that's where we come into this, and you expect, and you mentioned the boot camp, for FaZe to be in flying form, right? To get the best out of them as possible. And that hasn't been the case here. That hasn't been the case whatsoever. Now, you talk about the level of teams they were playing against. Okay, sure. But the loss against Vitality, we were covering that one. It was blown out of the server. Now, it will just be this retained M4 in the hands of Twists alongside of Rops 5-7.
And there might be some early casualties if you're not careful. They do have to strike a very delicate balance between aggression and restraint. And BNE, they're keeping it simple. 5-man wolf pack. You want info, you want to fight, you'll be fighting the whole squad.
This is very classical Vertigo, just heading towards ramp, execute onto the side. They'll likely do the crisscross smokes on the side there just to get that control. Keeping it towards the headshot.
Oh, Twist might have to get out of there. He's got to play for the rifle. Wallbangs are tickling further. Rain hanging on. And Flatro going to be the first to start to make a gap and going to synchronize nicely with Rigon. Swings through. Carrigan, nice dink on the USP, but still BNE finding all the frags they need. Just one on Rops. They're 5-7 and 4 dead teammates.
Well, the pistol was good, but so far BNE are looking pretty tidy about this.
I mean, I will highlight, and as did Matthew on the desk, that, you know, the meta at the moment is highly defense orientated. It's very much about these CT runs, and teams on the T side, I guess, in that framing, you know, a good haul, close to a handful, it's game on. Already
5,
three,
right?
already like 3 in the bank for a BNE.
Precisely. I think that the reason I'm a bit hesitant to chomp down on that storyline is because of Vertigo.
Yeah.
We don't really know what to expect. We've seen FaZe play this card previously, but that's almost 6 months ago, maybe even more at this juncture, right, when you go back to Pro League Season 15. So at that point, yeah, you're right. As far as the meta goes for these teams, we know that BNE tend to do their best work on the CT side, so we can frame it from their perspective. But for FaZe, we're all learning together here today.
Yeah, what, one Vertigo this year to actually go off of, which was a direct counter pick. This does feel like a role that suits Robs. Play around that B smoke, use your own intuition and judgment. Synopsy and Scenari. Re-smoke, perfect find as they try to rat through the smoke, and Robs finds his first frag in the first gun. Scenari with the trade, big find back, keeps the Eagle soaring. Twist, sprayed down to 30 HP, still holds his nerve. Just about across the line now. Problems for the Eagles. Carrigan, good clear, needs GXX's head and does post it. And Rigon already wounded. Unlikely to be able to manufacture anything more out of this one. And credit to be given to the whole squad there. Nearly a team ace, just Brokey yet to get off the starting mark.
Rigon has a lot of time here, and he does have the bomb available. Now, if Scenari communicated that, hey, Twist might be a little bit low, we'll consider that side of the site. But as Rain steps out, he will finish things off. And that is going to be the second round back for FaZe now.
Wow, that B setup. Rops and Twists. You know, in terms of teams I wouldn't want to be, or rather players I wouldn't want to be running into in all these headshot ratty angles that the B site has. If they do have an affinity for it or develop one, it certainly is going to be a daunting task. The fact Twist even gets away on Scenari is crazy there.
I thought Carrigan was going to overlook this in mid as well. So just getting across the line here. Now, there's going to be some gaps that manifest towards middle if they keep playing 2B, and then this will mean the diversity of setups that Rops and Twist are able to run. So a 3-man start towards the A side of things, aggressive flash forward, and yeah, good flash. The GXX has to respect that, but Snops is already up.
Very quick. Toot sweet. And they are going to re-aggress, at least flirting with the idea. You can see that counter utility and swing, flash, good. Carrigan frags up. Flatro might catch the nade down to 10 HP off the back of that one. Shrapnel still lingering within his body. FaZe have to really get a firm grip on this. BNE can go anywhere as it currently stands. And their defense still not over-rotating. Yet to see that commitment. Utility completely drawn out.
Yeah, lots of respect here from FaZe. Not pushing B, not pushing mid. Expecting the fight to come back their way. And actually a rotation over.
But that's the smoke we were talking about. What's he going to do with it?
Just going to block short for now, so this may stall out the aggress. BNE, do you want to wait until that has faded before you execute? Apparently not. They're going for deep smoke towards elevator room here.
Interesting. Carrigan very susceptible now to the push. Would love to find a frag. Synopsy on the reload. Carrigan does not throw any bullets through, but does play the fade. On the return, a frag back. BNE sees the lead. 30 seconds for them to get into this bomb site now. Oh, Flatro has secured it. A quick headshot, fading smoke. Rops has to do a lot here, and that's a very precise headshot. AWP is posted, has to be careful, jumps on through, evades GXX. Rob's caught, though. Leaves Twists with 3 to find, the bomb to be planted, and Synopsy, the first duel and the last for now for BNE. They do right the ship immediately.
It's a curious round right there. There was an incendiary available on Rops. Normally, you would use that to harass the plant, but I think with the dribs and drabs in which Bad News Eagles were coming towards that A side, they might not have completely believed that was going to be the finish. So you saw this early argy-bargy, separated the pack with the incendiaries down the ramp, and we're coming out worse for wear, I would say, FaZe. And happy with that is Rigon. So just battling through round after round, and they will humble FaZe, who have to take this very light investment indeed. A couple of Deagles, a P250, and GXX will call the cross. Now, it might be bad info. If they don't take the ladder space, they just dip on back. It's all good in the hood. Just so silent across the map here, right? This isn't the BNE. They're just rushing. They're running in their face. They're allowing FaZe to make the first moves in a lot of these scenarios.
I mean, you could frame it as well. It's just playing their advantage for them. They know every round on this T side, albeit the unknown entity that is FaZe on this map, but still, every round is just a gift.
I am curious, to be completely honest with everybody playing at home, as we do see these mop-up kills come through. Is Simple and some of the Na'Vi individuals were at least commenting publicly that they were practicing Vertigo, right? And that was, you know, a chat that would work out in the veto against a team like FaZe, right? So that would mean that if Na'Vi don't have to ban Vertigo, then FaZe do, and then that opens things up. Roki 0 and 7 now.
That's an interesting kind of, yeah, a different frame to put around the same discussion.
So if they, you know, FaZe understood that situation, well, if Na'Vi are ever going to leave this open and we can surprise and punish them, right? Are we going to call their bluff? Have they been lying in the media, right? Playing the games? Because it's not only just in the server, it's in the interviews, it's in the prac, it's in the chats, right? There's a lot of different ways that you can scout out information about your opponents. Now, I have it on somewhat decent authority that Na'Vi were actually practicing the map, right? They were in the server against some squads, getting the reps in on Vertigo. But this is a whole different conversation to be had right now.
Ooh, this is interesting. Roki, still yet to frag. Needed that one. Synopsy flattens 2.
Broki's having such a rough game. 0 and A, and now they're just going to waltz in towards B.
Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal. And Twist would have to be a savage. Strafes out. Good on to the most advanced player. Scenari knocking on the door as well. Lots for Rigon to do, and now the site should be locked on out. Rox will have a look. Down and out as well. Well, this isn't inspiring too much confidence in the FaZe Vertigo just yet. Not forgetting that this making it 6 now for BNE. Already on the T-round haul.
It's going to be, you would assume, more difficult for FaZe to be able to operate on that T side, right? There's a whole lot more nuance to it. As Rain is getting cornered now. Steps are heard, so that's below him. Potentially bad information as we can see how close Rigon is. GXX making the way over with the AWP and Scenari close by. Only a matter of time now, and Rain looks the wrong way. Position given up, and he's going to go down in the back. There it is. Well, actually, GXX with the AWP will strike. So get away from that bomb, young son. And he will. But this is, yeah, if you're FaZe and you're already rattled from being in the 0-2 column and now you find yourself on unfamiliar territory, I know it's a best of 3. I know we have Nuke coming up as the next and Mirage there as the third and decider, as you can see on the top right-hand side of your screen. This is not comfortable territory. It's not comfortable territory at all. And again, they're in this washing machine. They're getting thrown around. Guns, pistols, and we're back down to the pistols now. There is an MP9 for Rops, sure. And they've already been spotted out on the jump up. The flashes are great. They're being suffocated right now. Molotov forward, flashes anybody out from wood. Looking to do the same over towards A.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Carrigan does too. He's cleared out A, gets the AK, and calls A ramp clear. That should enable them to prepare for this B commit. Should it happen, that's it. Rops that repels one on the MP9. Staying nimble, trying to find Scenari. Mantled up and pushing through. GXX will finish him off, and now problems. 3 available. Limited weaponry. One Flatro started very strong here. 12 frags as well. Top of the board and looking for more. Nice headshot. Through to Twist. The bodies will drop. It's one back from Rain. Still that AK in play. Carrigan, can you? No, is the answer. GXX with a quick 3. Secures a 7th for BNE. And yeah, the frag distribution, Rain 4, Carrigan 4, Robs the same. And I think every time we do get an insight into the FaZe kind of mental state, those cameras definitely going to be much more insightful than normal into, you know, if this is how FaZe saw this one going down. You already had such a surprising first day of play. Easily dismissed as kind of, you know, getting into the swing of things. I like that from Robs as he does swing straight into Flatro. Up mid. Aggressive, and aggression continues as Brokey does catch him on the boost. Posting his first good spray out of Rigon, chips away, but nothing lethal. Back through mid. FaZe set to collect their 3rd. Still yet to see consecutive defensive rounds.
There's really no inspiring confidence by any means here. Even if they're able to turn this half around, right, they can get themselves 8-7. That's the best that they can boast here. It's still going to be an uphill battle here for FaZe. And if they don't convert around like this, well, they have bigger problems. GXX searching towards middle. Carrigan on the jiggle. He's been caught out mid before and will again. Several times now, Carrigan just caught out by these mid plays.
Oh, FaZe have to fix this. Fix it fast. Twist. No, he needed that. Rigon recovers. This was the 3v5. You can't go letting this one slip through your fingers. Truly now, recovery is the name of the game.
Left side aircon smoke here. They've also got Molotov towards backside and flashes, so it's going to come down to the timing of Robs.
And Robs times it well. Rigon meets Brokey's AWP as well. And it is Robs that puts FaZe's flag in our 10th round of play. Necessary at this point. No body language expert, but arms crossed means you're feeling defensive.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
Closed off here, huh?
Yeah, I think I would be too, considering the state of affairs.
Well, I was going to come in today, start sowing the seeds for, yeah, this is BNE, back-to-back majors. They make it through the challenger stage, they make it to the legends, but then they're just outclassed by superior opponents, and they come out in last place in the legend stage again, and the world is all right. But this is completely different. Anything is possible now. Again, this smoke just here, you're going to see on Synopsis' screen. I don't know if we can highlight it with a cinematic cam, but they've missed this twice now, down towards the scaffolding position.
Yeah,
it's not. It's deeper than that, right? It's actually deeper around the corner. This is a T smoke you're looking at here. The CT smoke is further down. Here it is on Synopsis' screen. You don't want it to drop through to the ground level. It has to stay on the platform because that's meant to obscure the vision. Now, not wanting to risk it our BNE, but that's an unforced error that's cropped up twice. And these little details are going to come back to bite FaZe in the ass on a map like Vertigo. This is such a crazy pace from BNE. It's like, sure, you expect us, we're just going to run at you, we're just going to take these fast fights. No, we're going to let you stew. We're going to take this as slow as you like, and you're uncomfortable here. We're happy to sit here for a minute and 55 seconds. This is not familiar territory for any of you.
Yeah, this is a throwback as well to OG Vertigo. Crossing their T's, dotting their I's, Molly in their corners. Brokey forward and so flashed. He just thought he had it there. Pantsed. Good smoke. Disrespected. Rain will slap him back down. And so he maintains control of short. But the avenue is opened up. Carrigan, hot lead to the head. Rain doing a lot here for FaZe. It's 3 in quick succession. Flashed and fragged now as Scenario keeps the Eagles alive.
There's a flank from Robs here.
Where's that bomb? Not to be planted. Flank from Robs being considered. Timing everything, and just as he dismounts, Robs will catch him unawares. GXX, only 10 seconds to get that bomb down. Twist should be able to disrupt and pops the head off as FaZe make it 4. Good to see Twist. Good to see Robs in fighting form. But still, a lot of work to be done. As you said, 8-7, the best they can muster. I almost feel like it might be compulsory if they wanted that. If they wanted the 2-0 run, I would agree. I'd probably hedge my bets towards FaZe for Nuke and Mirage.
Yeah, look, I think Nuke definitely so.
Mirage maybe
Mirage
not.
is open. Yeah. Mirage is an actual open conversation with how scrimmy that map can be.
True. So and I watched BNE. We watched BNE look very intimidating on their CT side Mirage.
Yeah, it's one of these scenarios where the confidence, if you do get a map win against a team like FaZe, consider that for what it means to this bad News Eagles side, right? They're going to be feeling bolstered going into map number 2, whereas FaZe are going to be in the dumps. And I understand that this is the reigning major champions. I understand that these guys should have the mental fortitude to be able to deal with situations like this, but this is it. This is it, right here, right now. You don't get any more chances.
Yeah, your fate is in your hands. All 10 individuals controlling the fate with their decision-making over the course of the next couple of hours. That's the smoke.
It landed this time. So, yeah, they've a bit of a mixed bag.
But it does facilitate Rain with his forward position. Suits him. Brokey as well combined to completely defend a rather forward defense. Drops the one-way, peeks in front of it. Geeky from Brokey. Need one. Separates Rigon from the pack. Now Rain will activate. Concussed. As BNE arrive, they are knocked out of the ramp room. Bomb is lost, the round as well. Scenario just looking for damage at this point. Wants to take a couple of weapons out of the FaZe Clan pockets. Rain's got him covered on the emerge. Nice little off angle held by him. The smoke will fade. Brokey will spot him out as well. And there you have it, a clean CT round. FaZe starting to close this gap. 8, the maximum they can accrue on defense.
Good understanding of the situation there with the last player scenario, but all in all, that was one of the first times we've been able to see FaZe garner that ramp control completely. And obviously lack of weapons and utility played a big factor in this, but Brokey looking a little bit more like himself here with these shots.
Good target selection. That's one of the many levels of an AWPer, is when there are multiple bodies, being able to not get overwhelmed and pick your poison, pick your target. Different look out of BNE. Off the start, off the rip. Aggression again, the name of the game for ramp. Brokey to partner up with
There's a lot of push already here. Wow. Rops is already behind them. This is a change up. Rops is already in the back lines.
I like that. He's going to clear A. That's the bomb as well. If he gets it up, see Rops winning the round in an opening aggressive move. You can see FaZe shuffling to punish.
They cleared it out now. Rops is a smoke.
It's
Deny
ours.
this.
It's
Over towards
ours.
the bridge. It's done. They're going to have to brute force in through B here. It's just Twist who's dropping back, understanding the situation very well, is the young Canadian. And you know right now there's only 2 places they can be, mid or B. So should have them booked here for round 13. BNE scrambling, and maybe do you want to save? I'm not sure what you're meant to do with the minute on the clock, trying to get that bomb back, especially considering how fortified this is for FaZe now. Really
nice situation out of Rops there. I mean, we know, we've already seen that BNE have been mid. We've had 3 late mid. We've had people holding generator early mid, but this time, no one holding, and Rops smart enough to see that, punish that with a quick flank onto A. And now this is an interesting power position. Rarely seen or utilized, but this is the perfect time to do so.
It's crazy, right? This position feels so strong. They are going to win this round, but when you do see that this position gets used and someone's boosted up there, more often than not, it tends not to pay off. It's kind of wild. It feels like it should be good for it time and time again, but sometimes it's just not the case here. As we'll draw this back to a 1-round game. That's crazy. Didn't feel like we were going to be saying that. As
Twist, you fancy some parkour?
Maybe someone could run boost.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it.
Don't think now is the time for fun. I mean, you might have some fun, but it's really a byproduct of the trying to survive at the major kind of vibe.
Yeah, look, winning is fun. So one of these 2 teams will be having some fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a real weird standoff. They will just let them go through, saving their rifles. Of course, $0 in the bank for those on that T side.
It's so wild to me. Like they must have been surely working on this at the boot camp, right? Like I'm still scratching my head, thinking, okay, what was the plan? Was it because of Na'Vi? Did you think you just wanted to get a 7 map pool, banning Ancient against Bad News Eagles? Okay, I'm just trying to piece it all together here live. But we've got 2 more rounds of play here. The saved guns are back in, back over towards A for once more. Gap smoke, limp smoke, and through. Rigon's looking for fights here.
Okay. Rigon on notice. Same for GXX. Rain's done an awful lot. And the nade could finish the job. They evade it for now. Rigon's stubborn, given the HP. He wants to walk through, wants to make a gap, find something to work with, and that's a headshot onto Rain. Down and out. Brokey hoping, praying he doesn't get cleared. There is a Molotov in place, Scenario.
Too far away.
Miles away.
Yeah, removed from the pack right now. Brokey has a chance to completely unravel this round.
It's all about his judgment. When does he opt to reveal himself? You can see backs are turned right now. What cue will he wait for? He's hearing these footsteps. And that's GXX. That's Rigon. Both sprayed down. Brokey alive and kicking. Smoke to maneuver. Nade will hurt. Scenario with the Molotov soon. Now another duel. Flat throw. Good for it. Scenario the same and suddenly falls back into a level game.
Both on the flank.
May not be ready for that. Oh, flat throw. Big frag. Not expecting Twist with his knife out, one-on-one, and Sceneri spotted out. A battle of wits now. Twist, Sceneri. He's just going for the full plan. The ball's on this lad. Gets it down safely, can maneuver through elevator. It's Twist that's going to have to solve the problem. Now, he does have a smoke grenade.
But he doesn't know where he's gotten off to here, and there's so many questions. He thinks he's actually slinked over towards short, so the longer he waits, he's expecting the around-the-world maneuver to scaff, and it's not the case here. Twist is going to limp out utility now, and he's, well, confirmed exactly where he's coming from. He hasn't gone around the world at all.
Okay, smoke.
Has to sit it.
Has to sit it. Sceneri. Perfect timing. Just as he enters the smoke, Sceneri gets the info and the frag for free. And he saves BNE. That's 8. They win out the T half. Interesting scenes. Very interesting. Never mind the map. Look at the score. Bad News Eagles looking to win out and extend their win here on the T side. Of course, CT side, something they're very proficient on to come up next on their map pick. Feeling good. Feeling fine.
Notice the celebrations. They're not over the top here, right? With BNE, normally they're very animated, so they're containing it for now. I think if we get to the map win, it'll be a different demeanor, but the Mac 10 up fast here from Synopsy, and he's already taken down Rain, swift towards short.
Limited options already. That casualty onto Rain, and Carrigan trying his luck through the smoke. Right in front of him, gets the timing, gets the multi-kill. 2 pantsed in public. 3-on-3 and a missed shot out of Roki leads to his demise. A quick one out of Rigon. Robs. Elevated, Shadow, and good damage. Keeps it a 2-on-2. Still far from a guarantee. FaZe would bite your arm off for the 7th. I'm not sure Twist is ready for this. Yeah, completely unawares as Quan Flatro opens up the B site, and now Robs really under-equipped to close this round. It really hinged on Twist, but they just seem to have lost them. Just walked out mid, Twist back, it's turned, and now, yeah, that's another round. 9 in the bank. Bad News Eagles certainly making a statement. You try and mess with us in the veto, we'll mess with you in the server. A lead for the Eagles heading into the CT side. Wake me up before you go. We have got Vertigo and 9 already going wrong for FaZe. Now, it's a T side for them. Got Chad Birchall with me. BNE, they've been, I would say, just a little bit more restrained than usual in their celebrations. I think they know that what's before them could be have the potential to flip the script for them. You know, Legend Stage has not gone well for them in their major runs, and they've got FaZe Clan, you know, top 2 world, highest expectations are fixed to them going into an elimination match.
And right where they want them, right? This is a great first half here, and fast up the ramp,
Like
Rain looking for an opener, that pressure applied. Molly towards the sandbag, similar scenes, but this time more pace out of FaZe.
Yeah, see what you got. Smoke already deployed. You can see they want to battle for short side as well. Rob's making a lot of sound. He wants to bait them out. Nice from Flatro. Continues his fragging presence. Still at the top of the scoreboard in the server. Needs a fresh clip. Run on down by the Glocks. It is the war of attrition. 1. GXX and Scenary still hanging around, but that bomb is a ticking. Kit is present. Scenary has the smoke, and GXX has the frag. The headshot found. Norwegian down, and smoke onto the bomb. Awkward now. Very awkward if GXX gets this. He's done a lot for them. Twist can save them, and through the smoke he will. FaZe take the pistol. That one felt compulsory. Right down to a 1v1.
But that's both pistols for FaZe, and again, not awfully convincing, right? So they lost the force buy in the second round of that first half. See if they can hold on this time rounds. Because if you're BNE, if you're a BNE fan right now, you can smell blood in the water. This is a great opportunity to get yourself up a 1-0 lead. This is a 0-2 match, elimination on the line. Reigning major champions, we could be saying bye-bye to them at the end of the day. It'll be a long flight home and a lot of consideration of what the hell went wrong here.
Long way to go. Second half, first map, best of 3. Elimination series, and Rigon's pulling out an aggressive M4. The only M4 they could afford into a second round force. Could they really, does Lightning really strike twice against FaZe? Can BNE find another way in to a second round force by win? Doesn't look to be the case with the loss of that M4. Maybe one of those Mac 10s might find that on the floor.
Can't scavenge this back here, so it's going to have to be these Deagles and the MP9 to do all the work. Pushing forward, they want the fight.
Yeah, and Reigns was staring at it. What a shot out of Synopsy. Deagle, bang on the money. Flatro fragging on the MP9, now down, and it's only Synopsy's Deag doing damage too. In quick succession, holds the lead. And awkward for FaZe. Now just those Mac 10s. I'm not sure who it favors.
Oh, Scenari's gone looking here towards middle. He's evacuated the B bomb site, but Synopsy's going to call this clear. He can get himself an AK, and Scenari can start creeping back over towards the B bomb site. It's all going to be about the flank here of Synopsy. Scenari just needs to keep them planted.
Oh, he's in a good spot for this. Robson Brokey, FaZe's youngest guns. Oh, head spotted! Oh! And Scenari slaps him out of the server. That's nuts. 2 on that pistol. Oh, and FaZe, that sinking feeling, a boulder in your stomach as it's happened again.
Was that more missed utility onto the site there again? It looked like they threw something that happened in multiple occasions. There's these little details for FaZe. Both pistols lose both second rounds. They are in the pits here.
Let me see this from Synopsy. He does so much to repel them. And that is the finish. Whoa. That's going to leave a mark. So will that as Flatro farms up another double. Oh, FaZe, they invested 11th looms.
Oh, you got to stand up straight now.
Look at their faces, like they're still super zoned in. This is their flow state. This is their chance.
You talked about being restrained right in their reactions. They've also been somewhat restrained in their play. It hasn't just been the slobber knocker, get in your face, stand and bang, aggressive, scrimmy style of Counter-Strike. BNE understand that they are the ones better equipped on a map like Vertigo. Their choice, FaZe's perma. Imagine going, this could go down if they end up losing this series in 2-0 fashion, similar to what happened with Cloud9 in the previous major where they forgot to veto nuke.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is obviously by choice by FaZe, so that even feels a little bit worse, that they were happy to allow this to be in the pool. You don't want to play Ancient that badly? Really?
Yeah, I mean, this Na'Vi angle where you're so convinced you got the series, you want to play some 5D checkers. But you got to play what's in front of you. You got to beat what's in front of you. And right now, what's in front of you is a very vicious eagle with sharp talons looking to claw your eyes out and send you home. I mean, this is 11. This is convincing. 5 away from FaZe not only being 0-2 down, but being one map away from being eliminated from the IEM Rio Major.
All the best teams are in danger. Na'Vi 1 and 2, Vitality 1 and 2, FaZe 0 and 2. I thought after this they would be in that 1 and 2 pool as well, but now we really have some question marks. I think if you come in today and you ask anybody that's not a Bad News Eagles fan, right? Anybody else, who's going to win this game? Everybody would say FaZe. But right now, where's the confidence on FaZe? You saw it was pretty cavalier out of Rops in the interview. He seemed somewhat confident, brushed it off. Best teams in the world, we're playing them in best of ones. Anything can happen. Well, compare that to this matchup. You've given yourself the opportunity to play a map you're not comfortable with by choice.
Who hurt them on Ancient recently? I mean, where did that loss of confidence go? Or where did this Vertigo confidence come from? Rops has done a lot with a little there.
Maybe overconfidence from Flatcher there, giving one back. Now, there's no armor, so you shouldn't be too concerned.
Yeah, Scenario especially. Not having any of it. Look at this. Farm and frags. Go for 4. It's knocked on by Synopsy, but still shut out. 12 secure. FaZe really are setting themselves up for the hardest road to closing Vertigo already. In a deficit. Continuing to grow. 3 consecutive off the second round 4. So don't forget that 4 spy. I mean, Rigon, the only rifle died.
Yeah.
And they still got banged out by that Deagle.
Yeah, that 5-7 little, well, it wasn't even a lineup. It was just a quick little adjustment.
Oh, FaZe. FaZe. Definitely a little phased after this. If the Eagles can punish.
Look at this setup right now. One play towards A from Bad News Eagles. Multiple towards the B side of the map, and GXX very aggressive mid.
Rops doesn't lose these. Look at the way he clears his angles.
He lost to a FAMAS, Alex.
Ready.
He lost to a FAMAS.
He did. Yeah, no, he has a one-shot headshot on that gun. FAMAS does not.
They need to take this room. Off of that death, they need to at least try and apply pressure. Look how much leg room they've been gifted here.
Yeah, and Carrigan, I like this play, but it's ready and destroyed. Synopsy shuts them down. One back from Rain, but still hopes dwindling for FaZe. A weird smoke, a good frag, a bomb planted, and a 3-on-3 established, albeit with their limb barely hanging on.
They got 2 smokes for this. You could opt for different types of variations here.
This is such a risky after plan, and he's the healthiest of the 3. They're going to flash for him. 1 and 2. Trying to delay. Rain has to just deny that plan. Has he got his crosshair in the right place for this spray? That's the headshot. Active. Big frag out of Brokey. FaZe have done enough. Surely Flatro doesn't have anything left to give. Backing away. Concedes the round. FaZe do convert, but it's still not pretty. You know, it's lipstick on a pig at this point.
Round didn't start great either for them. That was Rops going down in mid. That was Carrigan running through a smoke, and that's Brokey falling off his teammate's head right there. The death to the bomb, the long way down, 51 floors. And that does hurt because of the casualties they gave up. There are going to be a lot more Galils into this round where the full buy more than possible on the Bad News Eagles side of the server.
My, oh my.
So Mac 10, a Galil, that's for Carrigan and Brokey respectively. Everybody else for the AKs. That was such a desperate push there from Carrigan. I think he thought he understood the situation, that there was only one player responding to that. With that mid-aggression that came through from GXX, you saw them scampering, but you can thank Rain.
Different strat. Look at this. Carrigan's going to just show early A presence.
Oh, they're trying to get away with tricky plays here, right? So what is meant to happen, Brokey gets boosted up. Now he's going to line up a smoke. It's a little movement smoke that's meant to block off towards middle.
We see what they were doing in their boot camp. This is a page straight out of it.
Learning the util, sure.
Do you have to break the glass, or is that all part of it?
Should already be shattered.
Flashes through. Contesting mid. Presence and pressure. Big smoke into the elevator rooms. Carrigan already coming in behind you, and Synopsy meets Carrigan first. This is nice. Bit of a pep in their step. And Ray does go down. Meets Flatro as he continues to just farm the frags. 25 will do for now. Teneri, 1 and done. Fighting his way back in was Rigon. Now gone.
Have to save. Have to
so
save.
9.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly, right? I was a little bit worried that they weren't going to stick the landing on that one right there, but they did, and now they're going to get themselves up to now 9 rounds, just a 3-round gap available here.
You can see how cool that smoke is. I mean, just as that SMG's arriving, he can just focus all of his attention on that left side.
Yeah, I had the confidence, right, for the utility from the CT pistol where Rain had the stack nade with Carrigan to deny the plant. But then when I saw them missing the scaffolding block smoke a couple of times, like, okay, that is a difficult smoke, but at this level of Counter-Strike, none of them should be difficult, right? So there's just a couple of issues that are plaguing FaZe here. regardless, it's still close, right? And I think if we were to take the nameplates away and talk about this as a game of Counter-Strike, it would be a different conversation. But it's hard to do that. When it's the world #1, the reigning champion, and a 0-2 bucket, right? This is the shock and awe. This is what we're all experiencing right now, and we're witnessing history live. Remember what I said at the start, there are only 4 teams in back-to-back events who aren't able to make the playoffs, right, if they were major champions. So
and that's what? So there's been 18 majors, call it 17, where that's been a possibility. 4 people. 4 teams. Yeah, FaZe definitely are on the ropes. I mean, they're cornered. And this can be where greatness shows itself. Certainly an opportunity for that saved AWP. GXX, ooh,
he got the tag.
Yeah, doesn't take any damage on that. And sticking around, overstays his welcome there. And Carrigan escorts him out of the premises.
We have seen GXX on this very map at Majors get away with some pretty gnarly plays, so I can understand it, but that was the biggest gun they had, and they don't get to play with it anymore. It's been broken. And now FaZe should be able to close out and just make this a 2-round game now. So some confidence starting to be brought back. And I think if you're FaZe, the flip side of coming into a map like this and then winning it is going, okay, well, we can play anything apparently. Yeah. So pick and choose as Rigon will get tagged down to 17 points of health.
That one's as good as done. Gap will close. Still certainly not out of the realms of possibility for BNE. But yeah, you're right. I mean, in terms of framing for them, as soon as they get away with this, for lack of a better term, it's going to be, you know, it's going to work tenfold in terms of confidence. Okay, lads, well, you know, we said we were going to win this. We've beaten them on their map that we don't play. Certainly sets them up on a silver platter for Nuke and for survival, at least in the first of this gauntlet they have to run.
I suppose this is where the conversation has to change now, is because I think that we would all consider FaZe to have Nuke as a gimme, locked away in the pocket, right? So with that in the mind, if BNE do not win this, then very likely to see them go out in a 2-0 fashion, come back 15th, 16th again. They'll be 0-3 in this Legend stage.
Wow. The double cone drop. That's
and
a
no
rare.
flip.
No flip.
No flip. All right, well, timeout called and a second here from Bad News Eagles to have a bit of a chit-chat. Don't have the money to get GXX and AWP here. They will have to operate with 5 rifles, but this conversation is a big one. Been having such a fantastic run of things. The T side was where they did their best work. Now on the CT side, 3 consecutive, but 3 consecutive back from FaZe. Remember, this will come with both pistols, but both second-round losses for FaZe. So they've made it hard for themselves here. Almost as hard as possible. Timeout will subside. What's the change-up going to be here? No defuse kit in play.
You can understand GXX feeling like he had to do it all there, missed his first, and yeah, was run on down, but now everyone equipped with the M4, still a T-side AWP on Brokey. Posted up early on towards B-side, hoping Scenario gets a little overzealous. Just nades for now.
Rigon has full ramp control here. So this is good information for now, but it's got a half-life. The terminus on this can come pretty quick.
It's a deep smoke. Rain, got to decide what he's doing with that. The extinguisher, try and feign presence. Doesn't want to lose his life to it, though.
That's precisely it, right? To feign the presence, because Rigon is very scared around that smoke, but they're forced to be, and there's 3 players here.
God, okay, Flatro. Oh, he's playing around that smoke beautifully. They may go unchecked. Brokey, good awareness, but a missed shot. Chris has to save them. Doesn't find the lethality. Still Flatro's alive. Somehow does go down, but still, look at the damage. Look at the destruction. It's only Twist and Rops.
But they don't have the bomb. They don't have to commit to this. It's not like they gave up the package, and Rops is still killing 2-on-2.
2 through mid. Massive catch from Rops.
It's fortunate they left the bomb behind here.
Yeah, could have overcommitted it, could have overcooked. And now things will fall silent as Rops burrows into middle. GXX responsible for B. Could hear a pin drop right now on Vertigo. Or a police siren.
Well, Twist buddying up. You can understand why you'd want to do this. Traditionally, you see teams seesaw on a map like Vertigo, but both straight through the middle, and we'll have to deal with defender on either side. And yeah, they're looking for the A split. This is risky as hell. Scenario might be able to lock this one out.
Anywhere. Sandbags is such a dream scenario.
20 seconds.
You can just sit behind her unless they plant elevator side. They still don't know.
Robs has to get there, and now.
Lads, this is going to be tough. They have to plant safe from Sandbags. Will they consider it? Twists. Ducked under the box. Bomb goes down uncontested, but that's the frag! Oh, Twists has bailed him out of trouble. But here comes GXX slinking his way into the site. An advantage if he finds the first. Like that, damage inflicted. Twist has to finish.
Twist. He has to move around quite quickly here to take this fight. It's behind the box.
Oh, it's awkward. And GXX, he's going to be very confident on the swing through. Health advantage. Twist, so precise on that AK-47. He's given him a lifeline.
Oh, you got to be sweating buckets in that moment, knowing where the bomb went down. He knew exactly where he planted, so cutting him off at the pass before he can cross to that bomb. I know there was no kit in play in that environment, but it's just a one-round game now.
Let me see this shot. Check this one out. Up, out, and damn, second tap of his AK, and he just knew he had to take the fight. It was on that cross. He crosses. It's a very different ball game. One round separating him now. As you've said, BNE, this is a must-win map, and at times it felt like it was in the bag. Still, looks like FaZe's D-side's got legs. Strong, vascular legs. Aggression from Synopsy, laughed at. Rain puts him to bed. 24 rounds of play. This could be the one to equalize us and tie us all up at 12 apiece. It was a 9-6 half in favor of BNE in that first. Already, though, 5 rounds found for the FaZe Clan side. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Carrigan should and is eliminated. Rigon will finish the job. Big find back. Rigon's Deagle is always a threat. Rigon, an impressive individual for the Eagles. He's got that pizzazz. He's got that precision.
Now would be a time to show us a little bit more of it.
He's actually bringing the aggression back. This is interesting. They've all slinked up short side, so it could be bad info. Or does he consider short? Okay, yeah, big catch out of Broke. He just has a glance. And we'll shut him down to tie us up. Tenary's 5-7's already clutched up once. I think maybe the 1v3 may be an order too high.
Now, I don't want to say that Flatro is cooled here. I don't remember everybody else's frags after the first half, but Fladra had 18, right? He was leading the charge here for the squad, finding an awful lot of traction. You can see 97 points of ADR here, 26 kills in total. So in this second half, he's been able to get 8 kills. It's just curious if he's going to get a lot more... I don't want to... It's hard to get a lot more work done. It feels like the job's already been done here for him. It's going to be everybody now contributing with 1 or 2 kills on this CT side.
I mean, GXX, CT AWPing, this is where you can expect, you know, him to be at least allowed, if not facilitated, to go for some opening.
He does this crazy play over towards B where he just jumps off the wood and just barrels straight down the fight. Another missed smoke here. This time it's going to be from BNE. But there's GXX with the opener.
Robs is gone. And Rigon staring at that smoke. Far too wise for your games. Brokey could have a bit of an opportunity here, but the resmoke completely denies it. So it's walking into sight. It's Carrigan crouching through and eliminated BNE for the spotless 13th. It was GXX with an aggressive AWP opener. Maybe we'll see it in the replay.
Some big decisions for FaZe to make right here. Just looking at the cash, trying to understand the flow of the game. We're getting down to the business end, and they're being berated back. Twist naded down Brokey. This would be the perfect time for a pop-off towards the sandbag, but a missed shot, and Rigon, he'll remove him. Step out, the fight ready. That is 17 for Rigon, and if he's the individual that comes alive, this gets scary.
Big quad kill out of him, yeah. Just as you started saying, it can't just be Flatro. Rigon has a 4K, and Bad News Eagles have a spotless defense. You'll see GXX is opening here. Rob's really not expecting that. You can see just lackadaisical around the corner. Rigon, big frags as well. You can see they were just timing their peaks in unison. What's an AWP to do when 3 peak from different avenues?
Again towards middle here with this AWP. They might try and get Flatro across towards the ladder room. We saw Rops make a similar play. Actually going to throw an incendiary, so will not be able to cross easily, but they want to take the fight against Carrigan coming up the ladder here, so 2 bodies at the ready.
This is a very interesting opening exchange. Carrigan reveals himself. Ooh, jumped across! That's amazing! He's gotten away with that one. Full parkour, jumping into the fight. He's playing the wrong video game.
That's wild right there that he gets away with anything. They were set up for that. They were understanding what situation is going to be coming their way. They've been mollied forward. They have to take this fight straight into the AWP of GXX, but he doesn't know if they've got across, and well, the flash confirms it.
Good flash. If they try and peek off the second he gets it, can he get away? The answer, no. Carrigan, a second now in the feed. They are stubborn for mid. Look at this. Synopsy's been summoned to try and investigate the Carrigan. Missing player, problem solved.
FaZe aren't getting a move on here. They still have plenty of time, and they're staying quiet about this, but their biggest issue is the lack of utility. They're smoking a molly to try and get on towards this side. The defense, well, it's Rig on. Hero in the last, AK in the hand, and 3 heads to find.
Off angle. And an AK for that one-tap potential. I say that as he puts full 30 bullets into the smoke on the reload. Brokey does manage to get across. Weathers the nades. Bomb is down, but will he get away? 7 HP. He lives on. That's big for FaZe. Can they convert? BNE, a real opportunity here. Smokes, kits. All available. That's a big clear. Rain going to be tutting his tongue. Smoke already on the bomb. It's Synopsy to go for the safe defuse. No one's in a position. No one needs going him off the bomb. Someone's at HP. Okay. What? He got it. 14. The ninja just before the bullets connect. He gets the safe defuse.
There was no way they were getting him off.
God.
There was no way. With the angle he just chose to defuse, there's no way they were getting him off. It was just in a position that was way too powerful. Too many bodies to get through. I could see that happening. The car collision. I couldn't look away. Glued to the screen right there, but this is it. They're dealing with the bodies, and when the bomb is planted like that, you need to make sure that you can open up a wider angle there, and it's too little too late. Synopsy, a miracle moment right there.
What a defuse.
Now you can see they weren't quite certain either, but just getting it across the line, and that will force the first timeout for FaZe here, who have been the ones on the ropes the entirety of this game. Sure, they've clawed it back to make it seem somewhat competitive, but bad news, Eagles, 2 rounds away from taking map number 1 right here. Not only 0-2 down, 0-1 down in that game. Very, very likely now.
That could be the difference maker. That round right there.
They've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
When you consider the second round forced by victories, you add that one into the mix. There's a couple of clutches that are gone awry, sure, but those are very important in the scheme of this map.
GXX, he's definitely stubborn about this mid-hold, and FaZe come knocking on his door. You got the 4-man squad dispatched to have a look and force that AWPer off the line. More passive in nature.
If they just contact here into an AWP, okay, they are going to flash.
GXX alone on this one. Flash thrown, blind and out. Good utility usage from FaZe. Reaction out of the Eagles. GXX completely caught in transition. Carrigan with a big opening for the squad. Twists across as well. Can make this his home temporarily. Fade of that smoke is coming, and he knows all too well he's on a timer. Bomb on the back of Brokey. It looks like they want to hit B on this. Scenari and Flatro will have a lot to do. Let's see. Does go down. Rain with the double opening.
Save, I think.
That should be the end.
Oh, it's just one player standing. Will have a Synopsy here. So all the rotation points have been cut off. The AWP is what he wants to find and will. A 4-on-1 situation. No. And I think that round with the defuse coming through, it might come back to cost him here as far as the cash goes. Twist will remove it all. And that is a bit of a sinking feeling. Sure, you got away with one just, but everybody went down, and then you lose the follow-up round. That is horrible scenes. It also meant the loss bonus went down a tick. It was pretty deep. And now I think they're stomaching what should be either a force, an all-in shove, or maybe even just a half buy. They've gone for 1 hero M4, a couple of pistols around it. Flatro, well, we've been talking about his prowess. 27 kills now.
Carrigan, equip the SMG. Can prove effective against these kind of buys, but Rain, goodbye. Deagle finds first blood, and the frags keep coming. Flatro boosted up, looking for that dirty 30, and he's got away with 29. Twists, really feeling the wrath of Flatro. Brokey, surely a dead man, still takes a quick headshot. Hands something to Robs he can work with, but BNE, a recovery. And low HP, Robs with it all to do.
But this is what Robs was brought into the team for, to convert rounds like this. When the chips are down, the lurk player, the clutch. Right now, they're looking in the complete wrong direction. So the redirect from Robs, back down and now up the ramp. Might catch them off guard, but the internal timer of Flatro and GXX will start kicking in. They have to concern themselves with this type of maneuver. And you can see them starting to step forward. So if they can actually clear out towards elevator, they can set themselves up with a power position, but they're so worried about the flank.
Who's going to drop the penny first? Back to turn, GXX has a look. Robs needs a tap, and information is gone. Advantage gone with it. Don't forget, no armor on GXX. Molly will hurt, and Flatro trying to find a safe haven on short. Timer on Rops's position. Will continue his crawl. Back his turn. GXX tapped out. Okay. Oh my. 4 from Flatro. Rops denied, and Eagles believing. 1 away from securing Vertigo.
Whoa, this is rough now. That shot from Rops, it was specky, sure, but Flatro, the hero of this game so far. Everybody's had their impact.
31 now.
Wow. That was 1 M4 and some upgraded pistols. I just said the chips were down. They were in the dirt. They pull off that type of maneuver right here. That's traditionally a rain play.
What a gangster.
Flatro showing he can do it too.
What a gangster.
Another timeout burnt. Conversation had, knowing how close they are to this. And you can see it reflected here in our heads-up display. Carrigan with a MAC-10, a Glil for Brokey, AKs for the rest. I'll tell you where the better of the buy is coming from. Celebrations, Alex. They've been timid, but I can't imagine how much they're going to pop off. Even just one map here against FaZe to put them on the ropes going into map number 2, a nuke. Robin looks concerned.
Yeah, no way. He expected it to be this competitive, and they've taken a back-to-back timeout, if I'm not reading that incorrectly. Attack out of BNE off the back of FaZe. They were talking this one out,
Close
boys.
it now.
Whatever we do, this could be the round to secure it. To put FaZe 1 map away from elimination in that 16th, 15th position.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Defending champs. Out in last place at the Legends stage.
Come on.
This is the type of team that can come back, but they're doing it in the most difficult of fashions here.
Yeah, this is the path of most resistance, isn't it? Good grief. Well, 2 map points for the Eagles, and they've taken a timeout off of FaZe Clan, so there's been a full 2-minute hiatus from the game. Straight up. Waiting this one out, and we're jumping back in. Still, as you highlighted, not ideal for FaZe's buy. Let's see what the approach is. Flatro will be one dumping some util early mid. They're going to be setting up for the same play. Now, this is a proved effective once.
Yeah, fool me once. This is the situation. If they drop to this again, they have to be set up and ready for this. 2 players around middle. Once that smoke drops, they need to understand the maneuver that's coming their way. Flash is over. Util's great, but Carrigan, if he doesn't get the traction he's looking for, they're going to know it's a fake.
Oh, wow, a lot of ground. Down and out. This could be it. 2 to the good. Eagles have dealt with the initial invasion. Synopsy in limbo. Right slap bang in the middle with Robs. They're both playing with smokes and pulls out the flashbang. Trajectory indicates something to Robs. Not spotting anything on his adventure. Brokey will draw attention. Twist will draw blood. Flatro's head gone. No more contributions from him. Still Synopsy vigilant. Tagged on the cross. Need more. Twist trying to save them. FaZe Clan level us out into the 2-on-2. Rigon's still kicking. Not anymore. Twists with 4 on the floor. Only 1 to fight. It's GXX. And he'll take him to an ace for survival on Vertigo from the Magician himself.
This kid, he steps up every time the chips are down for FaZe. When they need him most, when they need to stay alive, he has a play exactly like that. That is going to shake BNE to the core.
You had it. You had 2 opening frags. 3 versus 5 to win the map, to put FaZe on elimination map. And Twist hits him with this. God, he wasn't missing. He was not missing. FaZe given a real opportunity now to force overtime.
Oh, this one is going to sting. If it's the pistols and that 1 M4 again to be the undoing of FaZe, I don't think they're going to be able to sleep tonight.
Stone Face. Concentration stations. Already great chip damage to favor overtime for FaZe. In this uphill struggle that we call Vertigo.
Even more chip damage done. Scenario now just above that half HP mark. Rigon and Synopsy also limping across the map here. They need to be very careful with their next movements.
Every decision can alter the outcome. Ooh, bit of a whiff on Twist's part. Now alone is Carrigan. Could be susceptible to that scenario. 5-7. They'll run him down while the flash is still good. And more. Fading to black for the Bad News Eagles. It's Twists with a double. Rob's late mid should be the end of this. And just like that, FaZe weather the storm. Overtime secure. And a small smile creeps on their faces. They know the hard work is not done. More to come. Tied up, it's overtime. FaZe just about 2 match points, or rather map points for BNE, and both going FaZe's way. Thanks to Twists, the magnificent Van Dalkin, top of the scoreboard, has...
Is he going to have to do this in pressure games here for FaZe? And this isn't a grand final this time round. This is an elimination match. So the fact that he's able to step up and keep them in Vertigo, the bogey map, the map that we expected FaZe to be their permaban, left open. Bad News Eagles looked for the punish, and the game was in the palm of their hands. Continuing here on the CT side, will there be a change of conversation as Rigon slinks on down? We've seen this move before. Playing behind the smoke, there's a bit of a one-way to work with here.
Yeah, it's been a question of what the support he needs or has. 3 posturing for early ramp control. Rigon on the fade, completely booked. Rain draws blood. FaZe first in OT.
Little details here. That's the pressure. That's poor timing on that incendiary. They should have thrown it a couple of seconds later as the smoke was about to fade. You can see Rigon there caught out looking like a bit of a tit.
Yeah, Robs, I like this. Sticking out up top. And an angle for that inquisitive CT if you do round that corner, which is coming. Flat throw. Robs will have one opportunity, 1 pixel as the head rounds the corner if he can find Flatro, not even able to. On that close wall. That's Flatro delivering as they advance. He needs to help B. 3 coming in the front door. Rob still has mid-hold. Flatro still has frags. Big contributions from him. as Twist looks to ruin every hope and dream they may have had. 30 frags found as FaZe finds 16.
Oh, that right there, that one way that Flatro had to look under. I think that was on the B site. You like to scuttle that one, you play around the box. Flatro was using it in a different fashion, but gets traded out pretty efficiently there on towards the site. And that just comes down to, as I mentioned, the timing on that ramp play. So you can understand what they're doing. All right, we throw the scaff smoke, we creep into it, we make sure nobody's up close. We want to drop the incendiary toward Rain's position. But you wanted the incendiary to be there, burning a moment after the smoke fades. So nobody can be standing on that angle to take down poor Rigon.
Yeah, left looking silly.
Pace change.
Very quick. A lot of bodies about to collide and clash. Nearly a double with a crash and a bang. Synopsy gets in, gets out. Rigon forced away by the flame.
Is this going to be a conversation of who gets 2 rounds on the CT side?
I think it might be.
The T sides from both teams have been where the lion's share of rounds have come from. We have gone the distance. MR3, 10K, a little bit lighter on than the rules you may be seeing in different events throughout the calendar year. So with this man disadvantage, how are FaZe going to operate? Flashing Twist forward, he'll be held at bay by the Flames for now. That little tickle was noted, but they already knew there was at least a couple of offensive Ts making their way. Feels like a full commit.
Does. And just happy to take that duel. Pedestrian out of Synopsy. Puts Karrigan out, and yeah, well, disadvantage extended. Limited nades. Robs is the only one to drop him. You can see this is it. This has to be their go. A smoke, a pick out of Brokey. What? Synopsy. M4V Orb is no problem. .jpeg, okay, Twists. Needs to find all 3. He's already bailed FaZe out of trouble once, if not twice, and it will not happen thrice. At least not here in our second. Only Robs. No health, no hope. 4 alive. Eagles to equalize.
Yeah, okay, Robs. Well, damage. It doesn't even matter at this point. We'll be able to get the buy back. FaZe have enough to afford.
But as you were saying, it is going to be a question of who can string together 2 consecutive. Does look like we've just had a tech. So a little extra breathing time. Of course, no talking as per the rules.
I think it was Rigon, right? It looked like it. He was the one who the admin was standing directly behind. But this is a moment to have a breather, and this is good for the in-game leaders to be able to have a think. You can't talk, but at least you can think, and maybe thinking of what's going to go down in that second half.
Can you imagine the referees if thinking was banned as well? Hey, you're looking a bit too much contemplative. You're thinking, aren't you? I can tell. 1984
would be manifesting right in front of our eyes.
The mind police.
2 + 2 is 5. And waiting on all 5 to get back in the server here. I have no idea how I just linked 1984 to 5 players in the server, but we made it work.
I feel like I can hear Harry Russell freestyling over this.
People at home, when they do hear this track drop, I don't know how much, we'll give everybody a little nugget. Something's coming.
Oh, something's coming.
Something's coming. He's spitting bars, that's all I'm going to say. As Rigon does return. And he can even be dropped a rifle here. So we get the match medic through, the buy's back, and 16-16. Not how we thought today was going to be starting. When I woke up this morning, he said, hey, Chad, you're going to get FaZe versus Bad News Eagles on Vertigo. I just said, what have you been drinking, mate? I said, have you been up all night?
You've not done your homework, mate.
Are you sure you know the teams that we're talking about here? So it's surprising for us to even be in this position, let alone in overtime, let alone FaZe 0-2. The normality of this is Bad News Eagles in 0-2. This is where they were last Legend stage. This time round, well, they're here again, and they're putting up a bit of a fight against the world #1.
And of course, put yourself in their shoes. You're 0-2 and you draw FaZe Clan. You're definitely going to be furrowing your brow just a little bit. Just a little bit of flak damage both ways. It looks like both Rigon and Rain marking with half a health pool.
This mid-explode again, right? They're really trying to punish this, and they have been able to find some decent windows of opportunity here. Yeah,
GXX is more often than not taking a more passive approach. After he eats the flash, he just calls for Flatro.
That's the thing, because he's taking the line, he will be blind by this again. Same flash.
Same result. Flatro known to bail them out of trouble. Great nade down the gullet. Deep molly. Will deny. GXX or not. Through the flames he prevails. Falls though to them. Interesting state of play. CT spawn, occupied by FaZe. Construction, Molly, Scenari, burning. Frag now to the AK. Brokey and Robs need to clear their corners, otherwise Flatro will flatten. And look at that bomb. Brokey down, Rain to save him. A 1v3 demanded of the Norwegian. Rigon already established on B stairs, and another nade, another... What is going on? I think that's all nade damage to Rain. 3 different nades. And a bullet to the dome to secure it. 2 is the magic number for that CT Hall.
Oh, that mid little pop that they're going with here is going to be dissected. It's going to be something you're going to see a whole lot more of here, because the different layers of utility are fantastic coming out from FaZe, but it's not enough to net them around again. Right, BNE were able to adjust, sitting, lying in wait, allowing you to take these fights. That Molotov landing at the feet of GXX, he either has to fight, stand in the flames, exactly like you saw there, and they're just ushering their way through fire and brimstone in towards that B site, straight in towards Flatro. But we spoke about CT-sided rounds. Is 2 going to be enough for BNE to close this and take us into nuke? Well, maybe. Rops is already down.
Oh my god, Scenari catches him on B. And Brokey knows he has to try and be the hero. Aggressive on the AWP, continuing to hunt. Tip of the head may have been spotted. Does fire off another warning shot for the reposition. One-way drop. Scenari has to be on lock. And down goes Brokey. Carrigan at least successful on his mid-hole. Hasn't always been a consistency there. But we'll fall into a very early mid-round. Options plentiful. Twist, the B defender, actually investigating mid. He's given up the site and they can crawl in.
This is perfect timing. And look at all the utility they have to lock them out.
He hears it now. He knows.
It's too late.
Play and retake.
If they use their nades, how are you meant to get back into this? Molly, smokes, flashes, hold them at the door.
Safe plant, safe from the flames. Still, they shave some time off the clock. The nade will do nothing. BNE. Palm of their hands, the opportunity for an 18th. Can't let this go. Twist still exists. Always a problem. Forever a threat. Scenari, better. Gets the head off a raid. Needs another. And the Eagles find and secure the 18th. They've been here before, chat. 2 map points.
Similar situation. Last time, they took a massive breather. They sat back, they soaked it all in, they had a conversation, and it was not enough. What is the difference maker this time round? The crack into Rops to open the account here. And Scenari, he was the man to do that. He's going to get 3 in total. Absolute impact from him. You will not pass. This is my bomb site. And FaZe, how are you going to hold on to this? It's double OT or bust.
Different change-up actually in the setup. Sending Brokey over towards the B site. Rain will go and take that more forward position. Ooh, a cursory shot from GXX, just impact and force out a smoke out of Rain. Just wants to delay. Dismount the boost. 5 frags away from being 1-up in this series. The Eagles will take their time.
This is what worked for them in the first half, right? They were contained, they weren't so flary, they weren't so aggressive, they just default spread. See this aggressive maneuver here from Twist. So a lot of information this time around, not allowing them to be bullied across the map, and it's freed up some rotations. Rops is dealing with mid passively. He can also cheat over towards A. You can see with the X-ray available on our screen right now, Carrigan, Brokey, and Rain all poised and at the ready, but this is the fight that matters most.
This is a real off angle. How well drilled are the Eagles? How will Twists fare against 2?
Bomb here as well, 45 seconds.
A lot riding on the Canadian. Oh, he's actually activating their patience. About to be rewarded! And Twist takes 2 down to an early grave. Still in play. It's down to a 2-on-2. What an exchange. Rain alive. Nade. Damage. Synopsy. 70.
Robs has to still be concerned with B, because the fights went down. They don't know either side. That information with the smoke, it might be enough to get the rotation coming over.
Yeah, Rain has to move. Evade the flame. Safe. Needs to time this well. On the cross to the site. Flatro with the bomb. Smoked off and spray. Oh, it's shy. They will have a chance. Up and over. Caught by Synopsy. 1 frag away from the Eagles securing it. All on Rops. Can he save FaZe Clan? Can he extend play? Smoke and Kid available. Still, though, the numbers game being played. BNE, they have 2. Grouped up now. Process of elimination starting to dictate. Going early. First one, frag found. Not ready for the repeat. Dropping the smoke, and there it is! Bad news, Eagles, not FaZe. Down a peg. Take Vertigo. and have the opportunity to make FaZe sweat further.
Oh, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That one is going to feel right for Bad News Eagles. On the other side, if you're not flustered yet, if you're a FaZe fan, if the sirens aren't whirring, they better be. 0-2, one map down. It's almost see you later to the reigning champs.